gonna talk about healing, how everything can heal you in such a way where people be like, well, people be like, well, people be like, that's weak. Do that, it's weak. We're gonna start from the beginning. This is gonna be probably long. I hope not though. I'm gonna show y'all how life can guide you to your purpose. We're gonna start from the beginning of this situation with the divorce and my exes, all of them making bad decisions. To my ex-wife, ex-fiance, and even to my ex-lovers, and even to some of the community people, females that I didn't come in contact with. All right, let's start with these deals that people probably made. That was probably messing with their soul, dealing with their souls. How the fact that God said, told me, when God told me somebody possibly sold their soul to put me in a situation, before I can even get in my feelings about it, God was like, it don't really matter, you was going the wrong way anyway. I was on my way to money, legal money. So imagine God telling you that you're on your way, you going the wrong way anyway. So obviously whatever they did put me on my purpose. That's how important your purpose is in life. You see what I'm saying? Like, these people was really just pieces of God's chessboard. We gotta re-navigate this person by any means necessary. Some of these people probably wasn't even human, you know. Some of them, that's probably what their purpose was. Alright, now, let's look at all the attacks from even when I was born. These kind of attacks are meant to kill you, break you. If somebody sacrifices you to live in your shadow, then eventually they look forward to you dying. And they done got all the paperwork together. They done got all the gossip together. They done got all the witnesses together. They done got, this is over years of your life. They done built a triangle of witnesses for when you die. That's gonna be okay to the judge system, the physical judge system. And it's just something about the physical judge system, okay and stuff, and making people feel at peace with it in such a way that you really don't see them get karma like you think they should. And it's like a manipulation to their own mind. If what you don't know won't hurt you. So it's like they trick their own minds into not even getting karma, which is wickedly evil. The problem is with that is that, from what I understand, is that somebody might have to go to hell. We're gonna use the hell and heaven stuff in this. Somebody might have to go to hell on your behalf because you just warped and swapped the energy. So all the wickedness you done, whoever you sacrifice, you want them to go to hell for it. It ain't gonna work. They might go to hell temporarily, but God gonna come and get them out of here and put you in hell. And remember, it's harder for an angel in hell than it is for a human. So, with that being said, you can even be a monster over here. It's just as worse for you. It's even worse for you. Because what I see, I'm going to tell you what I learned in this situation, along with spiritual and physical stuff. What I see is that you're going to empower that person. You might be some kind of powerful person on the other side, or you was. Well, whoever you sacrifice, you're going to forfeit your light to them. So it's basically like you going to hell a human. That's what I'm guessing at this moment. But let's get back to the life stuff, physical stuff. So when you go through this, what do? When you learn, and you learn in such a way, you ain't finna commit no crimes. You ain't thinking about committing no crime no more, because you done elevated in such a way where most people would write off as weak. Well, you learn from your situation. What is your situation trying to tell you? What is it trying to get you to understand? How is it trying to evolve you? All right, now, when you in the streets and you keep getting attacked a certain way, then what is it trying to tell you? Maybe you should change the way you respond to the attacks. And maybe that demon that you can't see will die. 9 times out of 10 it will. Because it's the Ouroboros. It's trying to teach you something. God don't build none of us to be tortured to death. So, let's go back to the future. Let's get out the past, go back to the future. So, you've been attacked by your exes and all that. What did I learn from getting attacked? Seeing that I elevated when it came down to my reactions a little bit, not all the way, because not verbally, but the rest of the way I elevated. What did I learn? What God was showing me? Well, one thing, I learned too much to say on here, but one thing I learned, some important stuff that I learned was that I learned my South Node and my North Node. I learned a difference in South Node and North Node that most people don't speak on. I learned that South Node people that's supposed to be your lovers and friends, same with North Node people, will tend to attack you. The difference between South Node people and North Node will continue to attack you even though they realize they just like you or love you. Now, how is the proof in that? Well, all my exes, the constant attacks, alleviate the money, because money is an illusion all the way, regardless. Because I know from being in the street, if you want to hit a lick so bad, you'll try to hit this lick, and most of your posse will get together and say, you know what, forget that. We don't need that money no more. You'll get over it. But these attacks been going on for so long, it's irrelevant to even think about thinking that it's about the money. And I realized in this situation, learning about the spiritual realm, I realized that a lot of these females was supposed to have been my lovers. And the whole time back then, I was complaining to God about then, probably where is the lovers at? And the whole time it was the ones that was secretly attacking me. That I really didn't know until now. And they probably didn't know until now. And they probably still don't since they South Node, because it's so distorted. I learned that from watching the North Node. When God got me to reach out to the spiritual side. And the first thing they did was attack. some accidentally, some playing too much, some had their reasons, you know. But the beautiful thing was that I did elections before they did it, and I told them what the reaction was gonna be, the consequences were gonna be of attacking their own tree, and immediately they started getting them effects. That right there alleviated the ignorance in my black people when it came down to North Node, South Node energy, which is something vitally important we need to know about. Because it was probably maybe too late in the physical, it seemed to be, for them to quit attacking me, but they realized later that they was attacking a family from the family tree. That's the difference from the North Node. Now, if they can get out of this smoke, it'll be a different emotional love. And I realized that we realized that spiritual people, Christian people, and religious people can get along because spiritual people can be religious people or spiritual people. I don't know why people separate them. Because one of my limbs, I know for a fact, she a Christian, but she's just as much spiritual, if not more spiritual, than she are a Christian. But they started having to get together and somewhat after clashing with each other. And the lectures helped for guidance for us all. But now I'm ready to stop talking about it all and start watching TV and chilling. Relaxing. I'm finna get off of him. I'm finna chill, relax, bro. I need to get me a job because I ain't been getting none of the money. I ain't been getting none of the stuff. But at the end of the day, I gotta live. So, anyway, what did I learn? Like I said, what we learned out of this was that, and by seeing that in the North Node, who was actually truly my lovers, I just got to shower now. I know y'all like, well, what do y'all? I don't think y'all do that craziness no more. But I got in the North Node. So by me observing the North Node and seeing, and you know, the flame helped a lot that was from my South Node, because we didn't know we were flame, but when we came together, we realized we were flame. But immediately after that, they started taking us apart. And they had to put her with a new flame and put me with a new flame, which in turn probably turned my twin and my North Node into a flame, because they took the cores from this flame. This is what I learned in this situation by observing. I'm showing y'all, when you don't attack, when you don't do this and do that, God teaches us how to actually evolve, how we supposed to actually evolve on this planet in this Ouroboros system. And this is what I learned. I watched them take the cores from this flame because we were hooked up. And by meeting this flame, I used to have thoughts that come in my head. I never knew where they came from. But by meeting this flame, I knew exactly where them thoughts came from. Every last one of them. Not saying she bad, and I ain't saying nothing good about it. Just saying, I see how we spin. I see how we spin from flame to flame. Everybody got a partner. So when you got thoughts in your head, you know they're not of you. And then people might say, oh, it might be some past lifetime thing you did, which helps, but it ain't it. I don't think, it ain't all of it. And it definitely not the, well, I can't say that. Well, anyway, it spins. So when I met her, all them thoughts that I used to have were definitely hers. So my grandma was like, that's a rough spin, because one of us in heaven and one of us in hell. That's a rough spin. And that spin, they could utilize, let's say she into magic or people doing magic on her. That spin will easily trick your spiritual realm, because y'all cores are connected together. And if she part of that group, she can manipulate your own ancestor into thinking you, her, and she is you. In other words, you gonna be attacked like you the devil, even in the physical and the spiritual temporarily in the spiritual as well, into a real analyst, into higher vibration analysts and chosen ones. I mean, higher vibration analysts and guardians overlook everything and say, well, that ain't right because that ain't that person. I guess it's like a gate or something they can see. And like they say the ancestors say, this is such doing it. And then somebody higher up say, no, it ain't them because we can see it. It's that person. You know what I'm saying? That's when everybody start putting their head down like, uh-oh. But it's at that point, it was something probably meant to be. Like I said, we always got to look at our purpose in life. But so they give her, my grandma was like, when I met her, before I met her and God told me I was going to meet her, it was supposed to have been a relationship thing. That's what I thought. So immediately when we met her, I felt like I knew, which I was wrong for that too, saying that ain't going to work. So immediately when she left, I told my grandma, and my grandma said, even we had to give you a chance to get right. So I had to let that go and thinking the way I was thinking. My grandma was like, we even had to wait and let you get right. In other words, saying, I had my experience on drugs, in the street life, doing low vibrational stuff, and God gave me an opportunity to heal myself. She was younger than me, so I need to give her the same opportunity. So as time went by, because that's when my grandma said, I said, that the flame? She was like, yeah. I said, well, we might well get rid of her then. That's when grandma said, no, we had to give you a chance. Everybody got to get a chance. So what they did was they went on ahead and started after so long of that, everything got a window of time. Because your body sent off a beacon to the spiritual realm. All right, I'm finna go ahead and deteriorate. I'm finna decompose if he keep moving in this direction. Then the angels, the guardian angels, try to help you out and warn you and wake you up. Otherwise, something even dramatic is gonna take place that you can't see or feel in the physical, but it's gonna be detrimental to you spiritually and physically. So what they did was they took us apart because, in other words, they had to lower us. So we're going like this, heaven and hell. In other words, they had to balance it out, but they had basically put us both in hell while they take us apart. So they had to take us apart. And now when they start taking us apart, these is when we're looking at the cores. The cores. This is how I knew for a fact that the thoughts I was having was hers. Because as they took them apart, the thoughts was going away. And this is when that person started to panic because they could feel it somehow. And they start attacking you for their own selfish reasons. And people be like, psychopath. Easy way to write it off, but really is that somehow she can feel it spiritually. I'm losing something. I'm losing a lot. And she can feel that she's finna be hooked up with them lower vibrational energies, which is a huge difference once you start to notice it. So by that time, I had to look for a twin flame, which was devastatingly hard. I might not never meet this person, but I found her. And we immediately started hooking, because the cords got to be hooked up. You can tell it in your features or your face, you'll look real bad. You know what I'm saying? You ain't did nothing to look bad or nothing like that. It don't last long. It looked like about like if you was on a heavy drug for a very long time. And it ain't gonna last long. That's just a cycle, a phase that you go through when they done broke you, took you apart from your original flame, and then they finna put you with another flame. So it's like we had to go here. It's like it's going, a cord going here, boom, and it's connect, and it's coming back to you, but it ain't gonna be able to come back to you because it's already gone. This cord is a live wire. It's gonna spin around you, and it went to this other one, which upgraded that twin to a flame. That's why I say when flames get together, normally the female is more powerful than the male. And that's where I feel that homosexuality get their confusionness from when it come down into the physical. And let's say God here, and God might be, you know, broken in two parts, female and male. And the lower vibrational of God though might be in the male, and the high vibrational of God might be in the female. And you really don't know this until y'all actually hook up. And this is even before y'all come together, if y'all even come together. So, and it's like, you'll even feel, if you're a male, you'll even feel weak for a temporary. But it's like the energy, you got to get this car hooked up. And y'all basically be, just, you know, going back and forth again. You're trying to get used to it. And as you're doing this in these chords, your ancestors start making adjustments. Because your panel might not work good with this person. Your skin might not work good with this person. Your emotions might not connect good with this person. Your dark side might not connect good with this person. You know, everybody got a dark and a light. So they got to adjust all that. That's where the years come in at. That's why God will tell you it really ain't right, even right for a flame to even try to break up. Once they come together, they need to just stay together. Because the whole goal was for them to come together anyway. And that's why I tell people, get off drugs and stuff. Just get off the drugs. Don't stay on drugs. Because it's a more realistic process going on in this world, in this Ouroboros, that we need to be focused on. And you can't have a clouded mind to do it. So, let's say this female, the new female, all of a sudden, she know though. I know she know. But I'm going to say this because some don't notice this. Like the South know, people didn't notice this. She noticed a strong pull towards me. And immediately, like a lot of them, even some card readers, I don't know why they did it. Maybe they were starting to descend and didn't know it. But immediately, the typical person going to think, they doing magic on me. I know they doing magic. That ain't magic. That's you getting hooked up to your flame or your twin. That's a real lover. That's what that is. That's a real one. That's what that is. It's a real lover that's worth looking into, researching, and trying to get towards and see what's going on. That's what that is. But I wouldn't advise that nobody could, with all the craziness going on in the world, how people go out somewhere and get killed and this and that. You know, you still gotta take the proper channels and take safe measures and steps and stuff. But them North knows pretty good at it. But y'all got clean a lot. They tore a lot of y'all up when y'all were trying. But y'all tried the right way. But you still need this man in your life to explain to you how this street stuff really go. Cause some of y'all fell in traps that typically get the best of them. And y'all were females, so it was like, but y'all still bounced back. Them North Node did, but South Node, y'all kept going for years. Y'all been attacking, and they ain't even been paying attention to attacking, to who you attacking. You know, like why I keep attacking? Like one time I got married to a woman, and she had a daughter, and you was like my twin flame, a soulmate, and I think you was involved in some of the attacks. The same thing with the ones that was in them basements, the ones that been attacking me since elementary school. Same thing with y'all. Normally, if you're a certain jacket, you are one of my lovers over there in the spiritual. So let's go back to the spiritual real quick. In the spiritual, you got a female. Here, everybody wants these different females. We don't realize where is this coming from. Why do we feel this way, that we feel we should have multiple partners? Well, in another realm, one female is all of them. I think one female it ain't but 20,000 different features of one female, same with males. Over there, that one female can be all 20,000 of them, just walking into it. So it is a whole different realm. Like I said, it's more like anime than anything. And when I went over there to that realm, they was flying without wings. It was like they was on some Hulk stuff, like they were just strong, or the oxygen or the gravity was different, something like that. I got real bad sick in this weather. So, who else? Like, Sam, you was one of them. I didn't know that. Well, I know it now. And you afloat too as well. So you need to be careful. And I think you even participated in attacking me. But I'm going to say your name, because I made a mistake with you a long time ago, and I apologize for it. But, some of y'all sisters, you know, I just realized the one that they, a female that I used to have a huge crush on in my neighborhood, you was attacking me. I don't know if you still is. I think you started regretting attacking me. But I was really bad in love with this girl. I couldn't never get her because everybody kept hating on me. But you was also one of my twins or flames or whatever, a soulmate. And even some of the ones that was a lot older than me. But see, over here, I learned that from the North Node because I saw them started catching on to that and started just trying to let the smoke clear. And some of these moves we make, we gotta finish it out, no matter how disastrous it ends up. So, seeing that and understanding, I understood all that in 5. That's a lot. That's a lot. So that lets you know how much work I've been putting in with God, bro. And that ain't even the half of it. Watch this. So let's say this royalty. Let's say it's a joke. I don't really think it's a joke, but let's say it is a joke. And they were doing it just to mislead lovers and this and that. I don't believe that at all. I believe it's real, and I believe organizations put it in place. But it wasn't meant to do no bad. It was meant for chosen ones, royalty people, and God-like people, and God's children, basically. And helping discipline people and stuff like that. But anyway, this is what I got out there. I got a lot out there that I can't explain, but I'm going to explain this. I learned, as I'm swapping energy up from this flame to the new flame, the energy atmosphere changed dramatically. But you got to notice this, though, to notice the change. And what I mean by that is, you can't just notice it in the sun shining out there, do it. And I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the atmosphere and the weather just seem more positive. And then you can tell that because you'll start getting sick. Like when they hook that flame up with a person that's on just a lower vibration than them, let's say the devil and Diablo, or Zoe and Diablo came together. And then the weather outside, it won't really affect them, but it's gonna affect the person that got a lot of positive in their energy. I realize that. That's something really difficult to explain, but I know scientists know exactly what I'm trying to explain, and they know I'm telling the truth. And to the average person, it might make you think I'm sounding crazy, but it's nowhere near crazy. And I learned that by using this test. Because when I had to hook up to this limb, to this twin, the atmosphere changed for the better. Then I realized how vitally important it is for us to just sow our royal oats and get into relationships. Because you like this lifestyle, but it ain't gonna be worth for nothing if it ain't no planet to live in it. People's definition of hell ain't what you think it is. The reason why you like hell on earth at the moment is because the light's still here. Once the light is gone, you won't like hell no more. You ain't gonna like it no more. That's why I'm like literally talking like this, like, because a lot of y'all actually done fell in love with hell. Y'all like cheating. Y'all like not having, because I heard somebody in the Astro say, a woman get with you, she locked down or something. I ain't never in my life locked no woman down. They always have freedom. You meant to say, a woman get with you, they ain't gonna be able to sleep with everybody. It ain't fair for me. This is what I've been through this a lot and explain this a lot. It ain't fair for me. Some of these women I get with, none of these men want them. Period. And then when I get with them, they all want them. That ain't fair. And then the women want them. They didn't want you before, and you need to start respecting yourself as such. And then you go off and sleep with them, and you start getting all these STDs and these diseases, these illnesses. That's hell. That's the hell in it. So when you come out of the diseases and the illnesses, what you got to do, you got to heal from the diseases and the illnesses. How is you going to heal from that? You got to go into the positive, the light. Now imagine, and then you start to heal from the diseases and the illnesses. But imagine if God take the light out. Then the aggressiveness, the abuse, all that's going to be on 100 scale, bro. It's going to be 100% wide open. Some of y'all, if you really from the streets, if you really from the slum, you know what I'm talking about. Especially when you're born in a broken home. It don't matter if you was a prostitute. It don't matter if you was an addict or nothing. If you came from where I came from, y'all know, to that extreme measure, nobody gonna like the darkness. Nobody does. It gets so bad, people put weapons in you and on you. People slaughter you. People put weapons on their, on their forests and their gardens. It get real nasty and ugly. Because their minds the light is gone out of your heart, out of your mind, out of sight, out of the planet. We gotta understand that. So I realized that when they took me apart from this flame, they was all kee ha ha go ho ho ho. But when you look at the Bible and it explains boils and burning, these extra things that's going on with our body, and it said the doctor won't even know. I've been noticing that. I know people, women and men, that if they go to jail, the police department got to spray them off because it burns when they take showers and stuff, and doctors can't explain it. And when they have sexual contact with people, it spreads. It is new diseases out here now. And if you want it to spread, you keep playing like that. Like I was saying that the other day, the Bible, this ain't just, these is like signs throughout the whole Bible. And people looking for these plagues to come, like, let's say boils come, and scabs and the burning of the skin. All right, let's say boils come. People looking for the boils to come first. Boils on a group of people. Everybody got boils like when you sit in the mood. Oh, they got the boil plague. Now, it could be a plague that got each one of those in it. It might not be a whole bunch of people with a lot of people with just boils. It might be a whole bunch of people that just got boils, burning skin, and other diseases and illnesses that you can't really see. This is growing. It's a process. Everything is a process. Quit looking for things to come like that. We got to quit looking at things like it's so anime out here. This is the 3D world that should be 5D. But this is head start compared to what we're trying to get to. Kindergarten. Earth is elementary school. And we need to graduate. So that's what I've learned, bro. And it goes deeper than that. And it's like, when I was by myself, winging it when the cords was unhooked, they keep one cord hooked up to this person. 1 to 2. Because it's up to the decisions of this other person after that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like being married in the spiritual. You come here to find your twin and twin flame anyway. So rather not we come together in the physical. When we go back home to heaven, we'll be back together because I found her. I just had to hook to her. So that's like the real marriage. That's what's pulling you. And that's what pulled us together. And that's why if I get in my feelings, she'll start sending messages. There ain't no message about my feelings, though. She don't know why she's sending these messages. Same likewise if I could, but I can't do nothing like that on my phone. I better not even think about it. But, so that's what makes this one goes into psychopath mode. Because her higher self telling her, you just screwed up bad. Your higher self is that. You screwed up real bad. Y'all higher self, a lot of y'all higher self gonna whoop y'all tail when y'all go back. Y'all just don't know y'all higher self too good. Because you come here for a purpose and a mission. And a lot of y'all sacrifice y'all purpose and mission. That's what's gonna make this a great book. Because it's unheard of. Because one of our main missions on this earth probably is to find your twin flame, your soulmates. Them good friendships, them good relationships, that is a good time. Them good cookouts, them good parties. That is the so-called American dream. Like I said, the American dream probably was stolen from original Bible that said if you did your purpose first, you would get all this in the end. And American Dream probably read that part, which they could have just made another book out of, and said, we're going to call it the American Dream. You know, I don't know. But, you know, something comes from everything. We don't make nothing up. So that's why I got out of here. And then I learned that, I don't know, but the North knows the flames and the twins and the soulmates that was even supposed to come didn't come and even made an accident themselves. I think they even got cool with each other and it built them up. It was supposed to go like this. When I finally, it still can. When I finally, and then they took me out of here, and if it was some kind of big thing going on when it come down to inheritance and money, we were going to share it. We were going to build a new empire, the new family. That's how it was supposed to be. But everybody seen the money and said, we should do this. That's how they trick you. Normally, the people who stole the money knows that they done whoever naturally owned the money first. They know whoever they done this damage to not gonna help them. So by any means necessary, they're trying to keep the money. So they'll pay you all with as much of the money as possible so you won't help this person receive their money. See the game in that? When all you had to do was just help that person, and y'all could have lived like in Living Color Part 2. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have been the new in Living Color doing something fun instead of everybody attacking people. Instead of we all attacking each other, hurting each other. You see the detrimental effect that it had on just our people. It's like you got two choices in that situation, especially dealing with inheritance money. You can help and support the person that it's supposed to go to, or you can spend the vast majority of that money and the time in attacking each other, trying to keep it from going to the person it's supposed to go to, because that is inheritance money. That's Judas money when it's done wrong. That's Pharaoh money or something. High priest, high priestess money. Inheritance is like left in the stars. It's like left. The energy is left at a certain window of time to a certain individual. Nobody can steal that inheritance money and make it theirs. It belongs to the person it's supposed to be sent to. I can prove it. Like haunted houses. Nobody knows why certain homes is haunted real bad. Well, watch this to y'all out there that listen to this real carefully. To the people who got all these homes that you don't want to answer to, because I notice y'all abandoned homes that you steal. To the people who steal deeds and then sacrifice folks, you want to keep it real secret. That's why them homes are haunted. That's the ancestors turning over in their grave. That's the your grandparents turning over in their grave. That's what that means. That's real. That's crying from the grave. They haunting the house because they saying ain't nobody else gonna live in it, and they'll haunt that house. You can't look at spirits and ghosts like you look at us. They'll stay there till you die and go on and come back again. Just try to give the home. Go back and look at them deeds. Like I said, when people gonna start going back and doing stuff like I said, I ain't gonna say that again. They're gonna go to certain shows, the people that tell stories and stuff. But watch this. I'm gonna just try one of them for example. This is gonna help a lot of haunted houses. You probably gonna even start to see the sunshine. to them homes that's empty and y'all done abandoned and vacant, and everybody's scared and they say it's this and that. Go properly check the deeds on them and see if the deeds have been altered. And then go get the original deeds on them. Go get that property to the person that it was originally left to, and if that person dead, give it to the next lover by that person, and you're gonna see a change. I promise you. Them ghosts gonna leave. That's gonna heal the ghosts. They not sleep. They trying to rest. They ain't really trying to kill you, but you pissing them off. Ghosts don't come here to try to kill you. They just vengeful ghosts. They vengeful ghosts for a reason. Now find the reason. And let's get to healing. But anyway, y'all, that's enough for now. My back hurt. I don't see how Marty Marlin do it. They sit there for a whole hour doing that. Him and Enchantress. Boy. But that's just a little bit of what I've learned in this situation, y'all. So basically, you see how I could turn anything bad into something good, and it's completely healthy. It ain't weak at all. It's about understanding. God don't let nothing happen to us for no reason. We all got a purpose to be here. And a lot of times when opportunity come to you or a situation come to you, you need to really evaluate and observe it and research it before you make a dramatic decision or a drastic decision.